This was Aaron's idea, by the way. The worst thing about infrared saunas. So the worst thing about infrared saunas is understanding them. You know, I wasted 5 months before I would buy one, years and years ago. And everyone tried to sell me on this feature and that heater, and oh, it's got to have this in the ceiling and these lights, or oh, clear glass front makes it less claustrophobic, or oh my God, the heaters go up past your shoulders, or they don't go up far enough over your head and your neck, and one way is better, and you know, you got to have ceramic this, or oh my God. The worst thing about infrared saunas, I have to tell you, is understanding all this nonsense and processing, like what matters, what's right for your situation, what's going to give you the most physical benefit, making sure you have all the right wavelengths and all this stuff. This is terrible. We're going to have to fix this. We're going to have a series of videos that fix this. I'm just talking about some of the worst things. If you've ever tried to buy one of these things before, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about, because as soon as you call one of the companies, the first thing they say is, oh, our sauna is the best. There's no other brand that has the right, you know, wavelengths or heater type or made out of the right wood. Oh, have you tried this hypoallergenic, non-toxic, what is it? Won't make mold or won't grow mold on the surface, you know, like all these things. They'll say anything to try to get you to buy one of these things. By far, this experience has been the worst thing about infrared saunas. So we come out with the certified sauna list to try to do like our own testing, make this easy to digest, have it one place where people can see videos on certifiedsaunas.com, links up the YouTube channel, the free Facebook group, the Certified Sauna Community. Obviously, we're going to put out a series of videos like this on this equipment to make it easier and brand specific. I can't tell you about the pros and the cons of every single brand like this, or it'd be a 30-minute video. So we're going to break that up. And then we put together, you know, free resources that teach people how to make, you know, DIY saunas if you can't afford a sauna. It's important for you to get heat, you know, heat therapy in your life. We also are going to have resources on detox protocols, the complementary products that go with sauna, like the accessories, the vibration plate, whether or not you should do rebounding before or after your sauna, the user guide that we talked about, and then if Matt ever gets to work, really, the book. Oh, negative. The other negative thing about infrared sauna is the price. Some of the prices, what would my grandfather say? He said, you got to be careful of these guys. I'm using family-friendly language, but he would say, you got to be machos. You got to be careful of these. You have your shirt off your back. You don't even know you got it off. That's what he'd say. I'm like, what? He's like, I'm telling you right now, they're going to have the shirt off your back and you won't even know you got it off. Infrared sauna is much the same. I hear his voice. He was very animated. He was paratrooper for the OSS, spoke 4 languages, jumped behind enemy lines overseas, and you know, always had stories to tell. And
pretty cool dude.
Anytime I would ever show him anything that was like expensive, he's like, oh, you better use your head. You got rocks in your head? Is he burning a hole in your pocket? And I'm not saying from a cigarette. He said they used to, they would drop care packages when he was stationed up, you know, after they would do a jump. He would be stationed somewhere, and in the middle of the night, plane would fly over at high altitude and drop from a parachute care package with MREs, cigarettes, and you know, a couple things just to keep them going. And he used to always use that burn a hole in your pocket analogy, like not in a good way. But oh my God, the price. Some of the infrared sauna prices are nuts. Ever since 2020. Before 2020, it was great. You could get a cool sauna for like, some of them were under $2,000, like $1,950, $1,999. And then you could get a 2-person or a 1 or 2 or a 3-person for like, I don't know, under $3,000, $4,000 or $5,000. Man, since then, worst thing about these things is some of the prices that these companies have to charge. But then I saw that the shipping, you know, quotes for the new year, and I understand now because they're trying to like offer free shipping and subsidize, you know, the cost for this and the cost for that. No, nothing is free. Just to ship this to your house is one time is really expensive. Then they still have to ship it to, you know, the warehouse where they store them after they're off the assembly line in the factory. So then there's another charge. You know, it's like thousands of dollars for this stuff. But the price, the mumbo jumbo, which we talked about before, understanding these 10% different nuances that are driving me nuts. A company will come out with a new feature and then make it sound like it's a revolutionary sauna. It's the exact same sauna as last year. They made this one little tweak as to how they laminate the heaters, and now all of a sudden it's some hybrid sauna that's supposed to be better than anything that we've experienced before. And then you get in it, you use it for like 2 or 3 weeks, and you're like, I don't feel any difference. Like, is there a reason that this should be $1,500 more than it was before? Because nothing has changed.
Except for your bank account.
Okay, he's here in the flesh. My grandfather is yes.
Burning a hole in your pocket.
Yes, sir. Burning a hole in your pocket. I don't know. We'll think of some more. I usually focus on the positives, but you can watch this video and then within just 5 minutes, you can be like, oh, okay, here are the pros and cons. Here's my situation. Does this match up or not? Because we get so many of the same questions in the Certified Sauna Facebook community, and they're identical, but people can't find the information because it won't come up. And they're not finding it in the old videos on YouTube because now there's 500 videos of me in a...
500 videos?
Yeah, dude.
That's a testament to like...
Yeah, but...
You've done 100 videos a year?
But it's not digestible. Like, you can't find the stuff... You know, there's a 10-minute video somewhere that I've done that has the answer to every question almost. Sometimes it's in an hour-long live stream and you would never know because they didn't have chapters back then. So nobody's going to go through and make it clickable and, you know, to find it and all that stuff. Which is what you were talking about with the course. Put together a couple different sauna courses, one for detox protocol, one for user guide, you know, one for this, one for that. And then just make it easy for people.
It's a lot to digest, man. And I think that people like, I mean, I don't want to do the work to find stuff out half the time. And so like you're doing...
And I don't want to do the work to make the courses either. I'm like, I'm going to have to charge for these. This is a lot of work.
If you put the work in the beginning, I feel like people will appreciate that later on. And like, it's going to cut...
Sure.
It's going to cut their learning time in half. They're not going to have to watch, you know, hours of videos to be able to learn what they need to. They have it right there.
Yeah, there's some people that just whine about everything. Like if I start charging for certain information, because I've always given away information for free, and then I don't advertise it. Like I don't do paid consulting, but I do consulting for people behind the scenes. I just don't tell them, you know, that it's free. People offer or ask for that all the time. So, you know, there's going to be those people that whine, oh, you're just charging for this. But it's like, dude, I mean...
They have no idea how much work goes into it.
No, and I'm gonna have to get a thicker skin and just be all right with it, because there's no other way. But anyway, the example that I was thinking about last night in the shower was this. Like, I think I want to make, most people call it clickbait, but I want to make it actionable info. Like, do not buy a Clearlight sauna until you see this first, as an example. Or it could be Radiant Health, or it could be Sunlighten, or it could be Healthmate, or it could be any brand, J&A, you know, Dynamic, whatever it is. And then go through like the pros and the cons, because there are 3 key areas where a Clearlight sauna is the only sauna that you should buy, but it's very specific. And then if you don't fall into those 3 key categories, or your situation doesn't match up for that, there's other saunas that you can buy for less money that are just as good as a Clearlight, right? So, and then, you know, condense it down. It'll take it's probably be an hour of footage, but you'd want to condense it down into about 8 minutes. But go in the sauna, you know, show them the regular stuff that I usually pay attention to, but then talk about the nuances of the models. Like if you're a person that has degenerative skeletal disease or something like that, I'm not going to name specific ones, but if you can only sit in certain positions and you want to get the benefit of sauna, there's some key features in a couple of Clearlight sauna models that you can't get in any other brand. And so for other reasons, I would bash a sister or a brother model of a Clearlight Sanctuary sauna, because I think you can use something else like a Radiant Health. It's less money. I think it's more effective, yada, yada, yada. And a lot of people don't understand these dynamics. But if you want an ADA wheelchair compliant sauna, Clearlight sauna is the best that you can get. There's only a few companies that make them, and it has the ramp, the wider door, and all this stuff. So there's like a few of these areas. There's another model to where if you can only be in a, what do you call it? I can't think of the word. We'll cover it when I make the actual video. Or if you truly want, you know, a full spectrum sauna, I want to show people on a spectrometer why there's only one sauna they should be looking at if they really want to buy a full spectrum sauna with red light therapy. Because the other brands don't put quality equipment in there, or they stick it behind a grill, or the placement of it is only on 2 sides or 3 sides, and it's too far away from the body for you to actually get photobiomodulation. And sometimes they cycle those off and on a mode to where they wait until your body is superheated, your core temperature is too high, and you're covered in a thick layer of sweat. Realistically, you want to be, you know, clean and dry and at a lower temperature to get the most red light therapy benefit that you possibly could for a session.
Yeah, let's step out of the sauna.
What?
It's weird lighting.
What?
It's not bad lighting, it's just weird lighting.
Step out of the sauna? It doesn't have to be perfect, Aaron.
You know it bothers me.
I say the right things all the time, and then we have to do it 10 times in order to get the damn...
I just worry about the things so you don't have to worry about them.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You know, that's
Thank you. I love it.
selfless.
He makes my life supposed to be easier, but
I don't
a lot of times.
I'm going to go ahead and say I don't make it easier.
What were we talking about?
Commercial. You got the certifiedsaunas.com right behind you.
Yeah? I don't know what we were talking about.
Certifiedsaunas.com.
But basically, oh, okay. So I want to do a few of those videos where, you know, don't buy a Radiant Health sauna ever until you see this video. Because quickly go through like the pros and cons, and then you'll have an idea, is this right for me? And then I also want to mention like alternatives in these videos. Like, you know, if you're in this situation, it's kind of a good fit, the price not right, maybe check out this brand or maybe do this. But make it a little clickbaity so that people will find them. Yep. Like if you're interested in this brand or that brand or whatever, and you go and search for that, the dang thing pops up. Yeah. Right? So it's got to be a little bit more sticky than just like, oh, here's Matt's review of, you know, an E1H, which is...
Nobody cares.
No one knows what that is. Yeah. So, and then you also can't find it in the algorithm either. So...
People like negative, man.
Negative?
They do.